Last time on Danny Ray Lives, two girls got lubed up and fixed the boat. If you haven't seen that episode, please do it now. It was a really, really good one. All right, we found out that the cemetery opens on the third Saturday of every month.
He's a gecko.
So we are headed there. We're gonna look around, get a little footage of the cemetery. Oldest cemetery in America, so it's really, really cool that we get to go inside of it and check it out. They only do it for like 3 hours once a month, so we're making it though. I'm pretty proud of us. I mean, we haven't made it there yet, but we're on the way downtown, so we'll be there shortly.
We're moving our legs there.
Moving our legs, we're walking, because we're all about health.
Yeah, mask up, bruh.
We got
Mask up.
we gotta do some work on the boat after this.
Come on, step on. Ah, look at it! It's getting easier and easier for me as you put it on. He's sleeping. Oh, he's sleeping. He's like, this girl needs to just let me go.
Oh my goodness. You gonna let him go? Very nice of you. All right, so we're going in order here. In this first spot says this cemetery was an 18th century Indian mission. It says Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe de Tolomado, moved from Georgia. So that's the first site here. And they are held above ground because of the water level, because technically Florida is underwater level, or under sea level. And so if they bury them underground, the bodies just float to the top, and they have big problems with that. So they bury a lot of their people above the ground. They say don't. Definitely not good juju. Oops, sorry. All right, our next grave site here is VA markers of African American members of the Union Army in the Civil War. Pretty crazy.
It's so sad.
These are the tombs of the Confederate soldiers from Talamodo. I think that's how you're saying. I think I'm saying that right. Hello everybody, I just wanted to interrupt your show for just a minute and let you guys know how you can be a part of my adventure and get a little gas in my van Ellie. The first thing you can do is you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and give this video a like. That helps me out a little bit. It helps YouTube recommend my content to other people. If you feel a little more generous, you can join me over on Patreon, and you can join at any tier level for just as little as $1 per video, and that gets you exclusive content, free merchandise, and chances for some meetups with me and other YouTubers in the future. So that's really, really exciting stuff. You can also join my fundraiser. I'm doing a fundraiser. I have a private beneficiary who's going to donate any dollar that you donate, he's going to match it. So dollar for dollar, you donate any money to my PayPal account, and then he's going to match it up to $500. So please think about joining that. And I also have a website out now, so you can buy my merchandise from there if you so choose. I got stickers, t-shirts, hats, and a bunch of other content over on my website. It's dannyraylives.com. So yeah, the links for the description below will be for all of those things. Subscribe, like this video, join me over on Patreon, donate to my PayPal account for the fundraiser, and join in on my website, Danny Ray Lives. Thank you guys so much, and I will let you get back to the show. Bye-bye.
Okay. The Spaniards come over here in 1565. Nobody else is here. I mean, the English, up in Massachusetts and Virginia, they're not here yet.
Mm-hmm.
So Spain thinks they own the whole country, Florida to Canada.
Oh, geez.
And the reason they did that is two reasons. There was a lot of shipping that they had from South America and Cuba that they were shipping back to Spain. And did you ever hear of the Gulf Stream?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're all the...
Is that the stream that runs the side of the East Coast?
Yeah, if you took a bottle and you tossed it in the ocean around Cuba, it would float up around the Gulf of Mexico,
Yep.
around the bottom of Florida, come up to St. Augustine, and go across the ocean.
Yeah.
There's a stream that goes across.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was imperative that the Spaniards have protection for their trade, but they also wanted to convert the Native Americans to
Right.
to Christian.
Right.
So they established missions up and down the coast, and that was fine until everybody else started coming over, the French and
Yeah.
English. And
Yeah.
it got harder to protect these little missions, so they started pulling them closer and closer to St. Augustine,
Oh, wow.
and it ended up there were 10 of them. This was one of them.
Wow.
So there's an Indian mission, this big church they have here, and if they're being attacked, the natives run into town, let's say, for safety, but also warn the town. So it's a good idea.
Is that how the massacre started?
The massacre,
How do you?
the Kansas,
Yeah.
that was well before.
Oh,
was it?
okay,
Okay.
okay. We were hearing about that too while we were here.
That was when the Spaniards first came over.
Oh, okay.
And the French came over kind of at the same time.
Oh, okay.
That was like 1565. We're talking the 1700s.
Okay, okay.
So
Wow.
they're here, and there's a war going on called the French and Indian War.
Mm-hmm. Heard of that. Learned about that.
Did you ever hear of the 7 Years' War?
7 years. Yeah, it
It's
was a
the
war
same-
that
Maybe.
lasted 7 years.
It's the same as the French and Indian
Yep.
War.
Oh, really?
Everyone
Weird.
was fighting everybody. And at the end of that war, Britain is in control of Havana. So the treaty at the end of that war is Spain says we'd rather have Havana than Florida, so we'll make a swap.
Oh.
So Spain got Cuba back, and England got Florida.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
And
that
at
does make sense
And
now.
at that point, all the Spaniards and the natives here left.
Went to
They all-
Cuba?
they all went to Cuba. This was empty.
We really want to go to Cuba.
Yeah, Cuba
But-
seems
But
very
that
interesting.
didn't last long because at the end of the Revolutionary War, because Spain helped the colonies, they got, in that treaty, they got Florida back again.
Oh my gosh.
So Florida was only English for like 20 years.
Oh, okay.
And here's something that no one ever thinks about. You know, how many colonies were there?
How many colonies were there?
In the Revolution.
12, right?
13.
13,
13.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, 13 colonies.
Yep.
But there were really 15 because England had Florida, and they had East Florida and West Florida. So there were
Oh.
15. Nobody ever talks about the 15 colonies.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, we
That's
didn't learn
because of
that in
Florida.
history.
Right.
But if you were loyal to the king and you were living in Georgia or in the Carolinas and things weren't going well in the war, you said, well, let's get out of here. Let's go down to Florida. It wasn't called Florida.
Right,
So
right.
let's go down there because it's English. So
Interesting.
they come down here, and guess what? It suddenly turns into Spain when they're down here. No one ever thinks of that.
No. Oh my
Weird.
gosh, thank you. That's
Florida
such-
does have such a rich history. It's awesome to learn about some of it. All right, this next one says Tomb of Bishop Verreau, the first bishop of St. Augustine. It says reburied in this vault in 1980. So this one is the vault of Elizabeth Forrester. She died at age 16, earliest extant marked grave. She was only 16.
they had to send troops over to protect the land.
Yep.
There was a number of regiments in the Spanish army that were made up of Irishmen. Why would that be?
I don't know.
There couldn't be a Catholic in Ireland. So a lot of the Irish
Oh.
young men fled to France or Spain
Oh. Couldn't you be a Catholic in Ireland?
because that was English. And, they,
Oh.
and Father O'Reilly went to seminary in Spain. So when they took over, Spain came over here the second time they took over. They said, we may as well send the Irish regiment over because they can speak Spanish, they can speak English. And Father O'Reilly was the chaplain.
Okay.
So that's why he came in.
Wow, that is so cool.
That is very, very cool.
His tombstone's
Nice to
beautiful.
know about like the Catholicism history, you know.
Right.
Yeah, this is a Catholic thing.
Yeah.
So that guy was telling us about how Florida has such a unique history because the Spanish owned it first, and then the English came and they had a fight, and the English owned it, and then the
For only
Spanish
20 years.
for only 20 years the English owned it, and the Spanish owned Havana, Cuba, and then now the Spanish own it again. It was kind of like a swap. It was kind of weird. So that was cool to learn about.
And there's not only 13 colonies, but 15. The other 2 are not spoke of.
But apparently it's Florida, right?
East Florida and West Florida.
East Florida and West Florida, the other 2 colonies that people never speak of. So the guy was telling us about that.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
This one is the Bennett Bay marker. It says the tragic history of a 19th century St. Augustine family. Pretty sad. We're going to have to research them and tell you guys a little
Was it
more about them
murder?
later. Next time on Danny Ray Lives, we head to Volano Beach and we hunt for some shark's teeth.